Good morning or midday, whatever. Hi, how are you? I haven't gone live in a while, so I'm excited to be here, and I hope you're excited too. We're gonna do a little bit of a card reading. If this is your first time and you haven't done a card reading with me, or you've never done a card reading in general, and you're like, "What is this, Cody? I don't even know what we're doing." Well, it's basically, just these like cool cards, right? And I'm gonna draw 3 cards. And then I'm going to kind of read what those cards are about. And the idea is you want to think about or feel into your body, drop into your body and feel which card you feel the most drawn to. And it'll be card 1, card 2, or card 3. And sometimes you can be drawn to all 3. So I really wanted to do this for myself because the new moon is today, is tonight, and I really just wanted to kind of check in with the goddesses and see what was coming up for me, what was coming up for y'all. And so I thought, you know what, instead of me just doing this by myself, I'll do this with y'all so you can have fun with what is the goddess calling forth in your life. These are fun for me. I enjoy them. I take what I need. I leave the rest. I play with them. I learn with them. And that's what I really want to invite you to do is, don't take things so seriously. Like, if things line up or if something I say or share intuitively hits you, because all of this for me is really intuitive and it's really fun. And it's just really a fun way to connect with the new moon energy. So what is the new moon energy? What does that even mean? Well, the new moon energy is all about going within and kind of doing like a self-reflection, doing a little bit of inventory. And I think for me, it's really looking at my emotions. It all fell apart here. So I'm just having a hot mess over here. It's really just looking at our emotions and who we, are becoming on the inside, but like kind of checking in because you're setting new intentions, you're setting new goals, you're kind of recalibrating. How have I been so far with my goals? And, am I on the right track? And do I need to pivot? Do I need to change? So I really love the new moon energy because it's like this ability to kind of go within, like you're going into the cave and you're doing the like inner work to really come out refreshed as the moon then transits to the full moon. And so I love the new moon. I love it. I love it. I love it. So what you might want to do with this new moon, especially since we're doing a card reading, is you might want to do some journal work around what you either get from this today or, just how are you calibrating right now? Check in with your body. Check in with your emotions. Do some journal writing around the new moon and around, the intentions that you want to set for who you want to become and what you want to experience in the next 30 days. It's kind of like a check-in point, which is what I really love. So without further ado, we're going to get started on the card reading. So I have laid out 3 piles, and I'm going to pull the card from the top pile, and I'm going to flip it, and then I will show you the card, and if it's upside down, I will make sure, because the reading is slightly different if it's right side up or if it's upside down. So all of that funness. And if you are here, please say hi and let me know. Give me a little wave and also tell me who you are because my system is not telling me, which is frustrating. I want to know who you are and I want to connect with you. So say hi, say hi, it's Susie, or say hi, it's Sarah, or say hi, it's, whatever. Then that would be great and I could know. All right, so first card is upside down and it is Freya. Yeah. Oh, she's pretty. Look at that card. Look at how beautiful that is. Radical acceptance. Well, hot damn, I'm ready for that. Yes, please, and thank you. Okay, I'm going to do card number 2. Well, I'm going to read card number 1 first. So you want to drop into your body and feel which one do you feel like you're most drawn to. I have a feeling, a sneaking suspicion, and this is just, my intuition is like, no, these are all going to apply. These may all go together because it is the new moon. So we'll just go with that. So we're going to read Miss Freya. She is upside down. When I pulled her, she pulled like this. So I am going to read her upside down. And her upside down is an alignment message. So what it says is, failure and disappointment are parts of life that few want to accept. Isn't that the truth? Perhaps a job you want doesn't come through, a lover you thought was the one betrays your hopes and expectations. Oh man, I've gone through that. And maybe your kids are acting out. Maybe a long-term creative project didn't yield the success you so dearly hoped for, or perhaps you were hurt by someone for no apparent reason. The goddess of war and radical acceptance, which I just love that. Radical acceptance. There is a really good book about that, and I'll talk about that in a minute. Freya says, have no fear. This is only temporary. Now is not the time to linger in perceptions of low self-worth. Your alignment task is to accept the truth wholeheartedly and see your situation exactly for what it is. She will bring you to a place of surrender, where you have time to heal. Freya knows that you will emerge stronger and wiser. Only good will come out of this. Trust the goddess Freya is watching over you. Okay, so what do I receive from that? What do you receive from that? Is there a resonance for you that you receive? Like, is there something in your life that you are struggling with that is causing you to doubt yourself, that is causing you to feel like you're not good enough, that is causing you to jump on the struggle bus and stay there and feel like nothing is working, I just have to throw in the towel, like life is a clusterfuck? Oh, I'm sorry. If there are children around, you might want to just make sure that you put your headphones on, because I do cuss. It is a part of who I am. I'm never going to apologize for it. So just put your headphones in and we'll be good. We'll be good. So if you feel like there is, something in your life that you are really getting down on your own self-worth about it, maybe a relationship that's not working, maybe your kids that are driving you crazy, God knows right now is such a stressful time for things. How can we practice having radical acceptance? How can we also look at the facts and not take it personal? So I was writing out yesterday because this hits home for me in the fact that sometimes I go through these periods where I second guess or question if the thing that I am passionate about, if I'm even really good at it. The other day I did a painting, because I love painting. It's like my second passion next to coaching. And I did this painting of this woman, and it was like a side angle, which is always the most challenging, and one eye looked like it was sticking out. It looked really weird, and I was struggling with it. I felt like I am no good as an artist. I used to be good at doing faces and doing still life, and I'm just no good anymore. So I had this tearing down of self-worth, and it was really funny because I caught myself. I was like, whoa. And so I decided to share it anyways, and everybody loved it. But what was funny is I had already destroyed the piece. I had already gotten so frustrated with it that I put a piece of hair across the eye because it was driving me crazy, and then it didn't look good at all. But if I had just looked at the facts, and the facts were, I did this beautiful painting, and yeah, maybe the eyes were imperfect, but what is perfection, number one? And whose eyes in reality are ever perfect anyways? Facts are, I haven't done a painting of someone's face in a really long time. And so I was just playing. I was having fun. And if I don't allow myself to have fun without completely tearing myself down every time it happens, I'm never going to get anywhere. I'm never going to be able to do anything. And so for me, it was this radical acceptance of, man, facts are, I just created a beautiful piece of artwork and it's all right, right? Or when someone in your life is absolutely they're doing something that is driving you crazy. Oh, a really good example. My husband likes to leave his shoes in the middle of the hallway. Doesn't always like to pick them up. Now, I can let that drive me absolutely crazy, or I can use it to fall madly in love with him, which is sometimes what I play with. But if it's one of those days where it's driving me crazy, the facts of the situation are there are just shoes that are in the middle of the hallway. Like, those are the facts. If I attach something to it, like he doesn't respect me because he doesn't listen to what I ask him to do, he doesn't care about me because he likes to waste my time by putting this in the middle of the hallway. If I attach all these other thoughts and things to it, I can never get to the acceptance part. I can never get to the, beating myself up, beating him up, beating the world up, right? I have to come back to the facts. And so I feel like Freya is inviting us in the act of radical acceptance to really come back to the facts and to really stop coming from a place of fear that things will never work out, because things are going to work out. They're just going to work out in their own time. I was literally thinking about this the other day. Like, every goal I have set for myself has actually come true, but it doesn't always come true in like the way that I originally thought it was going to, right? And that for me is that part of radical acceptance, of an activation of faith within myself, that I can believe in myself, that I can believe that the situation is going to work out in a profound way. But a part of it is an activation in faith in myself, and faith in the universe, and faith that I am being supported, and all of those things. So that's what I receive out of this, and I hope you receive something amazing out of it. What do you receive from it? What do you get out of Miss Freya and her radical acceptance? All right, we're going to move on to card number 2. Card number 2. All right. She is also upside down. I'm not even going to try and pronounce that. It's A-I-N-E. Adaptability. I'm going to show you the card. See? You can see A-I-N-E. I'm not really sure. And when I drew it, it was upside down. So that is how I am going to read it. If you want to know, these goddess cards are, I wrote it in the comments below, but I'll tell you now. The goddess cards are the Goddess Power. They're oracle cards by Colette Baron-Reid. So if you want to get your own set, they're really fun. I really enjoy them. All right, so the alignment message for this goddess, that I cannot pronounce her name. I am super sorry, my dear. Sometimes you find yourself unable to respond to life challenges because you're holding on too tightly to an image of how things should be. Didn't I just talk about this a second ago with card number 1 in radical acceptance, that things happen, they just don't always happen the way we think that they should, or the image that we have? Oh, that's interesting. Well placed. It's hard to adapt to changing circumstances when you are so connected to familiar conditions or an old identity. That resonates. Or you may be too attached to the form of your desired outcome, and when things go in a different direction, you resist. Have no fear. Instead, love these changes. Be open and curious. Call on the goddess Ain, to embody her power. Remember, she could that's a hard word. Hold on. Remember, she could effortlessly shift from one form to another and move between worlds without consequence. Trust that whatever you're bumping up against will dissolve through your willingness to simply be with what is and allow the magic to reveal itself. Man! Activation of faith definitely feels like it's present in these cards. I'm so excited to read card number 3. What I receive from this card is there's a need to let go of, to surrender the image of what we think something should be in our life. Maybe there's a goal you're going after. Maybe there is a situation that you want to be perfect. Maybe there's a partnership that you want, to look a certain way. And in your mind's eye, and in your manifesting your dream or your vision, you want it to look a certain way. And I feel like this is an invitation to say, now is the time to surrender that image, that perfect image, and allow yourself to receive what is supposed to come in. And to have no fear. Both of these cards actually said, have no fear. So how can we surrender fear, or maybe allow fear to be our friend. Like, recognize it, say, hi, I see you, gremlin, I see your fear, and I'm still going to move forward, even with the fear being present. So beautiful. Effortlessly shift from one form to another. I think it's our ability to shift, to pivot, to allow ourselves to be fluid with what is showing up. So that's really what I receive from this one. The ability to change the circumstances and be fluid. So a lot of this I also feel is, dropping into our body, dropping into intuition, and coming from a place of trust, and coming from a place of, ultimate faith in ourselves, ultimate faith in our intuition, and in being guided. I was doing some writing yesterday about, I did a really long 3-month road trip by myself, and what it taught me was that life has this beautiful flow to it. And I had to be really good at, setting a plan or a course, and then being willing at any moment to throw the map out the window, throw the design I had for my day out the window, because life was showing me that I needed to move in a different direction, or I needed to move in a different way. And because of that, I had profound experiences of beauty and connection with perfect strangers. And I learned so much about trusting myself and listening to myself in the process of that. And I feel that this is here, in this card is the willingness to be fluid in your life, to move with the flow of what is coming up for you, and to trust that the flow, although it may be taking you somewhere where you weren't expecting, or you didn't plan for, you didn't see coming, that it is the right place, it is the right direction, and you're not going to know it till you get to the other side. And that's really the challenging part. That's the activation of faith. And that's what I feel in this card. Ooh, I'm excited for card number 3. I'm excited. Who else is excited with me? All right. Card number 3. Man, this one's upside down too. Oh. Benzai 10? Beauty. Let you see it. I do apologize if I am saying these goddesses' names wrong. I'm not the best at the name game. So when I pulled it, it was like this. So that is how I am going to read it. It's a slightly different message, so that's why I do it that way. So we are going to go to this goddess's card and read. The alignment message for this goddess card says, your ability to see beauty in your world is dimmed by a momentary lapse in self-worth. Anybody else see the theme here? Did everybody? No? Just me? Okay. All right, that's fine. The goddess of beauty asks you whether you've been set back by a visit of perfectionism, or others have withheld their support, causing you to feel small and insignificant. Felt that. Whatever the circumstances, it appears that you have been hijacked by a sense of lack. Is this resonating with y'all? Because I feel like all these cards are hitting home for me. Hitting home. All right, I get it. Your alignment task is to restore your self-worth and regain your equilibrium by refusing to engage in these mind games designed to dim your light. I literally just told a friend recently that I noticed I was getting in my own way again with my thoughts and my judgments. So that's funny. That's well played. Now is the time for a positive self-inventory. The goddess Benzai 10 is here to remind you that you are a bright, shiny, beautiful being of divine power and light. I'm going to read that again for y'all in the back, okay? She is here to remind you that you are a bright, shiny, beautiful being of divine power and light. Can I get an amen? You are more than enough, and the world contains more than enough beauty for you. This is a good place to dust off and start again. So I don't know if y'all saw like the theme here, and that theme is we are struggling. Who out there, besides myself, is struggling with some self-worth and some self-value stuff. Anybody? Anybody? No? Just me? Oh, okay. Weird. I know, even though y'all are being quiet out there, that there's probably a struggle with some self-worth and some self-value. So how do we work on that? What would be a really good journal exercise for this new moon as we're turning within and the cards are letting us know the theme of self-worth and value and an activation of faith, which I also hear having faith in ourselves and having confidence, might be to do some inventory. What are some huge successes that you've had in your life? Maybe you're struggling with self-worth in your relationships. So how are you an amazing partner? How do you show up as an incredible wife or an incredible girlfriend or an incredible partner in your life, right? How are the ways in which you are successful at it? If it's with your business, like, what are the ways in which you're a great entrepreneur? You own a business and maybe you're feeling like you're not good enough because, there's been a struggle to keep money coming in the door, or you had to sell your business, or, you had to shut down for a little while and it's affecting your bottom line. And so it's causing you to self-doubt yourself and to feel like you're not good enough, So what are the ways in which you are an incredible entrepreneur? What are the ways in which you are a total badass at bringing in money? What are experiences in your life that you've been successful with? If it's an overall arcing, just not feeling like you're good enough, or kind of self-sabotaging, beating yourself up, I started doing this thing. What did I learn from? And I wrote out all the different experiences that I've had in my life. I started all the way back when I was 15. What did I learn from working at what was it? A nursery! Working at a nursery when I was 15 years old. What did I learn from my road trip, my 3-month road trip all by myself? What did I learn from, working as, a server for over 10 years? What did I learn from going and doing roller derby? What did I learn from working as a massage therapist for over 10 years? These are the things that I was writing out. And as I'm writing them out, I'm seeing this profound collection of discoveries and like things I think about I could have never gotten from a diploma or a certification. Like, they are life training, and they are showing me how incredible the knowledge is, the life experience that I've had, that I have to give in the world. And the successes that I have had, even from some of the perceived failures. Like, man, some of the things that I thought I had failed at, and what I learned from those perceived failures was like mind-blowing to me. And just going through, what have I learned? What were my successes? What are the things I have accomplished in my life? Making that list out shows you just how incredible you really are. And in this moment, in this blessed, simple little moment, like my husband likes to say, and I live by this, is it's a blip in the radar. This moment in time, although it feels like everything, right? Yes, school of life, learning is from the school of life. This moment feels like it's everything. But the reality is, it's a blip on the radar. Like, there's so much more life to live, and there's so much life that has led to this moment. So who do we want to really reflect on who we have been and how we are ready to take, life by the horns and live it the way that we would love to live it? So I feel like there's that. How can we do some journal work around our self-worth, which I'm going to continue doing the journal work I have been doing. That's also what I got from this. And how can we lean into an activation of faith? Faith in ourselves, faith in the world around us, faith in the fact that we are supported, that we are nurtured, whether we believe that is, God, the universe, spirit guides, angels, goddesses, whatever you want or believe in. What is the thing that is supporting you And how can you come to a place of knowing that you are being supported? And maybe writing about times you have been supported when you thought that you weren't, right? I don't know how many times I struggled with, putting my heart out there only to have it crushed. And how many friends and loved ones were there for me to tell me how much I was loved and cared for, or to come over and, have a cup of coffee with me and listen to my story of another heartbreak. And when I look back, I realized how supported I was. I realized how loved I was, and that I was putting all of my lovability and stock into, at the time, that relationship or a man or, that thing outside of myself. And all along the way, there were friends and family members and, just the universe that was like, you're loved, we love you, you're amazing. And when I was in it, I couldn't entirely see it. But now looking back, anytime I question or I get into a place of self-doubt and self-worth, I go back to those memories and I say, okay, the universe was showing up for me then. The universe wouldn't stop. Like, unconditionally loved. I think about a parent with a child, and that love never really stops. You don't ever stop loving your kids. I have fur babies, and they could be the worst of the worst, and I'm still never going to be like, I hate you. I love my animal. Like, I love them. They make my heart happy, even when they're upsetting me. And I think that's true of us as well. Like, there's an activation of cultivating what we want faith to be for us in our life. And you can take it as spiritual, in the spiritual and religious sense, and you can also just take it as faith in yourself. Faith in believing that you are here, that you have a voice, that you have something to give, even if nobody is out there listening. Sometimes I just want to tell people, it's okay. It feels like right now, with all of the noise and all of the chatter that's happening via social media and for the election and for COVID and all the things that are happening, that it feels like the voices that are actually here to help the world are kind of getting like swallowed up and silenced. But it doesn't matter. Keep talking, because even if one person hears you and you change one person's life, you have made a difference. And that's an activation of faith. That's an activation of knowing that your voice has a purpose in this world, and you have to share it. You have a gift to share, whether that's, your voice or your art or your baking skills. Like, share it with the world. Do you guys you guys feeling these cards? Because I am feeling them. I am feeling them very much. So I invite you to do some journal work. I invite you to share, what did you get from these cards? What did you receive? What are your takeaways? And ultimately, have an amazing new moon. Let's all work on believing in ourselves and activating our own sense of self-worth and value. Yes, because it's our job. Nobody can do it for us. That's the truth. And let's have some faith, right? Let's activate our own faith, and let's find a way that we can activate or deepen into faith for ourselves. Hope you receive something great from this, and I will see you later. Mwah! Happy new moon! Woo-woo!